If I decide to do 1,000 push-ups, I'll do them. Maybe I have to do them one at a time. Maybe I'll get tired. Maybe I need a break. I'm going to do 1,000 because I said I'm going to do 1,000. It's not fucking hard. Everyone knows what they're supposed to do. Once you have control of your mind, life is so ridiculously easy. People say to me, Tate, you're in good shape, but all you do is drink vodka and travel the world. You're never even home. You never even have a gym. How do you do it?
I think that men are givers, and as a man, you're gonna feel happiest if you're giving. If you look at a man who's depressed or really sad, I don't think a lot of them are giving as much as perhaps they should. Or if you look at a man who doesn't have the capability to give. But if you take a man, you put him in an important position, and let's say even me, 110 people rely on me for a wage. I feed thousands of children around the world every single month. If I feel like shopping and spending money, I find myself buying shit for other people. I don't want it for me. I have everything. It really is better to give than to receive. That's what makes you feel better as a man and happy inside of yourself.
Start to actually think. Think about the money. I was broke, single mother, public government housing, no car. I had to run to the gym, flat broke. Only of my friends I'd sit around and talk to were my friends who would talk about money. The guys who would sit and talk around about video games or sit around and talk about football, I wouldn't hang around with them. I only used to sit and talk to my friends about money. None of us had any money. You need to be surrounded by people who think this way. You need to adopt this attitude. I've always had it even when I was poor.
Let me ask you a question. If there was a basketball game between some random people in the street, let's say we were to go out there and get 5 people for each side of the basketball game, and told them the winner was going to get $10,000, and there was no referee, do you think that somebody might try and cheat a little bit?
I think I would expect them to cheat.
So if people out on the street will cheat for $10,000, you're telling me the people in charge of the world aren't going to cheat to keep control? They're not going to lie? They're not going to trick the general populace to keep us all as slaves? We're talking about cheating over a little basketball game. You're talking about they're not going to cheat an election to control the free world? Of course they'll cheat. This is humans. We'll all cheat. This is the exact point. These people in charge of all this stuff, all they've ever done is cheat. Why would they play by the rules? You can't risk losing.
I think we need Top G back. So for that reason, I have summoned Top G. The Top G special, please.
Breathe air. You don't need a bait.
You want color drip again? Oh, fuck off then. My unmatched perspicacity, coupled with sheer indefatigability, makes me a feared opponent in any realm.
We're designed to be ungrateful because that's the only way we achieve anything. Why do any of us want fast cars? There's speed limits and they're a headache. We want one because no one else can have one. If you're appreciative of the things you have, you're not greedy. There are people who are extremely appreciative for the things they have, but then nobody knows their name. The people whose names you can mention are the people who, to a degree, have that burning desire inside of them that can't be satisfied. Why do I have to be 4-time kickboxing world champion? Why is one not enough? Why did Conor McGregor need 2 belts? Why is one not enough? All the men you can name had that inside of them.
Talking to people because they were tired of it. They're always wanting that. I'm like, bro, why are you always napping? I don't know, I'm just tired. Well, then you're just a low-energy, lethargic idiot. I just don't want to talk to you. Well, it's just a nap. No, it's not just a nap. All of us other men are up now, and we have things to do. And even if we are tired, we're not going to mention it. We're just going to continue to function. High performance.
You know why God made your girl leave you? Because he wanted to show you that you ain't shit. He wanted to show you that you are human and you're fallible and that you're very replaceable. So he decided to make you fall in love with a girl, and he decided to make her leave you to show you that you are a dickhead. Now it is your job to look at the board, understand what's happened, say, I understand God, I deserve that. I'm glad she left me and I'm sad because I am a dickhead, and do something about it. God is keeping an eye on you, and he's paying attention to you, and he knows the kind of person you are and the kind of things you do. And I don't believe if you go through life and you're genuinely a good person, you try your best to be good to people, and you're honest, and you shake hands, and you don't lie, and you're on time, and you work hard, and you're good to everyone who's good to you, that you're not going to get some goodwill back to you. I truly believe that God is extremely giving.
You start from absolute nothing. You grind, you hustle, you build your money-making skills until you're not just getting by with a 9-to-5 boss telling you what to do. You become rich and influential. You become a real player in the game of life. You must increase the capability of your character. You must become a better version of yourself because the game is only going to become harder. You do not have time to waste.
Action always wins. Momentum, speed, power, forward. How quickly is it done? The sooner it's done, the sooner it makes money. If it takes 2 days instead of 1 day, that's 1 extra day we've lost we can never make money during. You want to be a millionaire, do things quickly.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Just Pearly Things YouTube channel, and welcome to the pregame.
I don't believe there's a person on the planet who pays attention, tries their best, is never lazy, is on time, works hard, has a mentor, and is giving it his all, who isn't rich. I don't believe it. I think that if you do all those things, you're rich. And if you don't have any money, you're missing one of those key elements. How can you struggle with motivation in the modern world?
Are you asking to just lose? Are you asking to just be erased from humanity? You are born to lose if you don't have motivation at 18. All those girls, those 18-year-old girls you go to school with, are talking to some 28-year-old man with a yacht somehow. And you're sitting there lonely and you don't have motivation?
Girl left you, you miss her. I get it. We've all been heartbroken. She's with a new guy. You're upset. She doesn't care. You care. I get all of it. But there has to be a point where you get to a level of pride and you just go, that's not who I am. I lost her. That's life. You just got to get on with it.
There's nothing fun about being rich besides talking about when you're poor. The only point in buying a $10,000 steak so you can sit with your brother and go, this is not worth 10 grand. I can't believe we spent 10 grand on this. We never had 10 grand in our savings account, ever. I mean, we can both laugh about how poor we were. Otherwise, why be rich?
If you still feel trapped, whether it's financially or some other way, if you don't have your life in exactly the place you want it, and not yet as successful as you want to be, after the disappointment, swallow the disappointment. Take a minute and look around you and say, I deserve more than this. But then you must begin to work instantly. No excuses.
You want a Ferrari because other men want a Ferrari and can't have one. It's hyper competitive. So if you're competing against every other man for every dollar you make, every girl you see, the house you live in, the car you drive, the life you live, you're not going to be able to compete with the person who performs regardless of how they feel if you only compete when you feel like competing. Because there's men like me out there who will be sad every day and outcompete you regardless. I don't care how I feel, I will still win.
My advice is that one day you're going to look back on all the things you're currently going through and you're going to be glad they happened. Regardless of what people say to you or despite the fact they tell you it's not true, I promise you, one of the only things on the planet you can control is what you think. You can't control the weather, can't control other people, can't control if your heart stops. You can't even keep it beating. But you can control what you think. I'm not saying it's easy, but it can be done. And if you change the way you view things, you change the perspective, you'll be happy that it's happened to you.
You can't tell men to act how they feel. You can't tell men to not have emotional control. You can't tell men to cry anytime they want. Because men don't just cry sad, they cry angry. They cry very angry. You don't want that. You have to teach them stoicism. You have to teach them all of these things. We're taking it all from boys, and what are we giving them instead? Video games, porn, weed. And what do you expect of these people? What do you expect of these shit versions of men besides trash output?